Okay, hello guys, are you there? Yeah, good evening. Yeah, hard to imagine it's good evening for the UK right now. I think they're still in the middle of the afternoon, aren't they? Something like what, 2 to 3 p.m. Around 2 or 3 p.m. if I remember correctly. Yeah, because the UK is I think seven hours behind Hong Kong. If and 8 hours behind and I think 8 hours behind Japan. Yeah, yeah, it's free. Yeah, it's free cold there. Of course. So anyway, yes, I'm back. I'm back again. I'm back again from another trip. I think it's like after just 1 month, it's another trip again. But both these trips are already planned way before. Way before, like a few months ahead. So they're definitely not a coincidence. They're definitely not a coincidence. So yeah, just so to let you know. And of course, I'm here, of course, to share some of the photo dumps. If let me see, because I'm a little bit messed up with my OBS. If I have to be totally honest. Windows capture. I think the Windows capture. Yeah. So capture method. I think Windows 10 maybe. Okay, it doesn't show anything. Annoyingness is not showing anything, so I probably have to use the old method. Right. Actually, you know what? I think I put most. I think I've put most of my photos on my on the Google Drive anyway. So I think I will just use the Google Drive because it will be a little bit easier for me instead of just having to switch photos every single time. So yeah. I think let's just say here we go. Okay, so yeah, it wasn't meant to be, but anyway, actually, I think we should start from yeah, no, these are all still the airport. All right, this one. Yeah, this, the first time I've been on the so yeah, the flight back, well, it was a straight flight, so it only takes about I think 10 or 11 hours. It's way much shorter. It's way much shorter than the trip than the flight I went from Hong Kong to the UK, because the time zones, and that the Earth is spinning, and that the Earth is spinning after all during the time happened. So yeah, of course it took much longer on the way to UK than on the way back. But yeah, straight flight. I will talk about that later on. So from the flight to UK, I do have to do an exchange. I do have to do a transfer flight at the Doha's at the airport at Doha's. I forgot what it's called actually. So yeah, as you can see, the Qatar Airways. Actually, both flight at Qatar Airways on the way to UK. So yeah, I think when I was a very, very little boy, I have been to, if I remember correctly, I have been to Canada, but that was way long ago. I barely had any memories for it. So I dare to say that it has been at least 20 years or so since the last time I've been on a long flight, on long distance flight. Even this particular flight to Doha is I think 8 hours or so. I think around 8 hours. So I took quite a lot of time sleeping, as because I took this flight at the midnight of Hong Kong actually. I mean, who the funk? So yeah, these are the some of the pillows, the headphones that the flight's given us, and of course I don't really have that much money to try the business class. Probably leave it next time if I have the money. I mean, that definitely is for sure. The next time if I ever take another long distance flight, I am definitely going to go for the business flight, because sleeping on the economy economy seat is really not that comfortable, if I have to be totally honest. So yeah, next time. So yeah, next time, definitely next time. And oh, by the way, this particular this particular airplane is not the airplane that I took. It's not the airplane I took. The one I had taken on was much slow. It's much smaller. It's only one story. It's only one story, not double decker. It's only one deck, not double decker. So yeah, this is the flight. This is the airplane next to my airplane. By the time I reach Doha's. So yeah. My friend, my online friend, joked about the language, or as the language of the rich people. I mean, no offense, but but I really can't understand any of that. So yeah, fortunately they have English, so that's not so bad. I mean, I think it was about I think it was about 4 o'clock in the morning, actually. 4 o'clock in the morning by the time I reached the Doha's airport. So yeah, beforehand I did book a lounge that my economy class can book, and I took a little rest over there. So it kind of looks like that. It kind of looks like this. So some place for you to take a rest, some food and beverages. Yeah, that's good enough for me. So yeah, that's good enough for me. And let's see, yeah. And I think it's a 3 to 4 hours of I think it's about 3 hours of layover. And the next thing you know, I took a flight. So the next thing I know, I took another flight to the Edinburgh. So yeah, it's another 7 hours flight. So 8, 3, and then 7 is like 19 hours of total time. I think I've never taken that long, even for a transfer flight. So yeah, these are okay. This is one of the cars that I have taken, that's displayed in the airport. I mean, airport at Doha's. What the hell? So of course this is my selfie. One of my very few selfies, because I'm not really the kind of the guy who takes selfies everywhere I go. So I only took selfies when I feel like it. So this is the McLaren 720S as it shows right here. I think yeah, the 720S Coupe. So yeah, this and then this one, the BMW, it says Alpina on it. Actually says Alpina on the front of the car, and with the Qatar duty free. So I'm wondering if they actually are selling these cars in the airport duty free. You can kind of imagine how much it's gonna cost. Alpine XB7, I don't know what that is, but it's a BMW anyways. Hello, Overrave. Hello, Overrave. I thought you were about to sleep. So anyway, this is the first photo that I taken in the in the Edinburgh baggage belt. And yeah, the airport over there is definitely relatively small, but that's kind of what you expect. So they're a very big son of Edinburgh. My first stop is going to Scotland, and I'll be going to the London UK later on in this trip. I'll be going on there later on in this trip. So yeah, my family rented a car. It's actually, I think, a Volkswagen Passat estate car. So yeah. So this is what it looked like, and yeah, it definitely looked like that. So with many of the modern features, I got a big boot, of course. And yeah, let's get back to the photos now. So yeah, Yeah, so yeah, this is what Edinburgh looks like. So this is kind of what Edinburgh looks like. It definitely gives the feel of it. And yeah, went past the Harley Davidson dealer shop. We don't have that in Hong Kong. We don't have this sort of thing in Hong Kong. I'm telling you. And then yeah, look at that. And I said the bubble car. That just got that we just gone past it. Of course. I mean but you know, it is still the first time. Anyway, I mean, I've seen pictures of the free-wheeled bubble car on the internet, but I personally have never seen a four-wheeled version. So you know, this is still relatively fresh for me. Yeah, of course, anything sold in airports are exorbitant prices, but you know, selling a car. But imagine if they actually sell those cars. So you know, of course, you know the old Porsche 911 Turbo over there is definitely not for sale. I mean, that is quite obvious. I mean, that's quite obvious. But you know, these cars. Can you imagine that? I mean, they don't put at least for the Hong Kong airport even. I mean, they don't even put. I think they don't even put cars in the airport in Hong Kong. So yeah, that's definitely something else. You can. That's kind of what you expect in Doha's. I mean in the airports of the Middle East, kind of. So yeah, the next photo. Yeah, I went to the city observatory. So you know, is a relatively high point view from that you can look over some of the cities of Edinburgh. So yeah, this is what it's like on the inside, and then yeah, quite spectacular, indeed. So let me have a look. Okay, yeah, all good. Sorry if I forgot to mention, I did have a little bit of sore throat. Actually from yesterday, but I'm not fully recovered today, so I'm still talking a little bit strange, and I do need to drink water from time to time. And yeah, look at that. I'll have to admit, I have to use the wide angle camera during this trip a lot of the times, because you know I have to take pictures of you know, the sceneries and stuff. So yeah, this is another one of my selfie. And I don't think I have taken a lot of selfie afterwards on this trip. I mean, I mean, as I said earlier, I'm not a man of I'm not the kind of guy who takes selfie everywhere I go. You know, I don't, especially when I don't do particularly that lot of Instagram. You know, Instagram or even Threads. You know, very recently, the new platform that kind of you know, has gone viral. The platform is called Threads. I mean, have any of you used the Threads? If any of you use the Threads, so yeah. Ooh, actually I don't know. Where's the button that leads to the ah, damn it. So it's not kind of what I think it is. Anyway, let's get back to the photos. So this is the monument, whatever this is called. I think this painting, is not intentional. Somebody just drew on it. So this is from the other side, and yeah. It's definitely refreshing. I mean, for someone like me living in Hong Kong, which is surrounded by skyscrapers, literally everywhere you go in most of the places you go in Hong Kong are surrounded by skyscrapers. So yeah, this is definitely refreshing for me. I mean, why did it take so long for this photo to? And this yeah, maybe I talk too much. So Holyrood, the Holyrood Park. I mean, one of the most notable things about the whole yeah, this is actually a picture of a crow. As you can see right there, that's the Mercedes. That's a Mercedes. Yeah, this pond. So this pond, you know, quite a lot of birds. I said that out loud. Quite a lot of birds. And yeah, that's my finger. I mean, unintentionally, but yeah. So there's, so as you can see, pigeons and swan. I mean, wow. And then this is one of the swans that I can take a closer look. This is a close-up photo of a swan, so you know, slightly surprised that they didn't get scared off. So, and more photos of wildlife, and took a little bit of a stroll around the pond. So you know, and then the next thing we go on to the. Actually, can't quite remember what it's called. So we gone to one of the chain stores, the Primark, and hang on a minute. Where the hell is it? Yeah. So yeah, there is no Primark in Hong Kong, so you know that's definitely the first time for me, and yeah, something else I have to mention it. And then this is one of the pet shops actually nearby that chain store. So hang on a minute. Yeah, I've taken even more wildlife photos, and sorry for that. You know, that's just my habit. You know, taking pictures of animals, and I think this is one of the videos I took. You know, this hamster trying to escape, which of course he didn't. Which of course he couldn't. Let's just say he couldn't escape. And hang on a minute, where the hell is it? I kind of forgot about it. So, and then this place, home of the kelpies. Actually, I have no idea what that is. So, sorry for not doing enough homework, but I'm really not interested in it. You know, that's some of the places that, you know, that was scheduled for my parents. So I can just follow them. And then more photos on the way. This is the House of Burrar. It says over there. This is a place where I had where we had lunch. Kind of a bit of like buffet, but it's actually not buffet, so I don't know what it's supposed to call. And yeah, Yorkshire pudding. Don't really often have Yorkshire pudding in Hong Kong. I mean, at least for me. And we didn't do any shopping, actually. We just take a look around. So yeah. This is one of the I don't know what that is. I don't know what this is. I don't know any of this. And then hang on a minute. Actually, I think there's another photo that I forgot to take them. Yeah. Hang on a second. My photos got a little bit messed up here, so yeah. Lots and lots of photos there. So I think we should start over here, because this is actually the next stop. Oh no, not this one. So over here. This is the place of where they make whiskey. You know, the Glenallachie. Actually, I don't know if any of you. Actually, I don't know any of you have tried the whiskey before. I mean, certainly I haven't heard of it before, but no, taken a small tour around this place. You know, how the whiskey was made. Took a taste of it, and I can't say that the whiskey does taste something else. It does taste something else. I mean, yeah. I mean, I've taken the pictures over there, so you know. I think I uploaded some of the pictures on my Twitter, so you know, probably I didn't put it in. I don't know why I didn't put it in the drive, so you know. I did say that I glad I wasn't driving, because these photos aren't taken by me, taken by my family members. So yeah, this you know, this part of the the shed is probably the only place where we can take photos. You know, the other place in the shed is not allowed. So you know, privacy and stuff. And then this is the place where we took a little bit of taste of the whiskey, and then another place, yeah, the unfinished whiskey is actually can be taken away, you know, in these small bottles. Of course, you can't take it on the plane. I mean, throughout the trip, we tried that out. So throughout we finished the whiskey throughout the trip. So yeah, luckily, I mean, this is the place where they taste some of the decorations and stuff. So anyway, let's see, cause the next place, let me see. Yeah, actually, I've been to the Macallan Distillery as well. The Macallan Distillery as well. Didn't actually took a tour or anything, because it cost, I think, several £100 for a visit for the distillery of such a big name, if I have to be honest. And yeah, unfortunately, and besides, we didn't really have that much time, so we just, you know, took a picture outside of the distillery, and you know, that's kind of the end of it. That's kind of the end of it. So the next place, and you know, this place, this the Rufus Bay. So yeah, as I say here, over here, the Rufus Bay. Wow, yeah, it's so pretty. It is very pretty indeed. I mean, what the fuck. And then more streets of Edinburgh, and this is actually our dinner. So in a Thai restaurant. And this is on the way to the drive-through, and this is the drive-through of I think KFC. Yeah, I think it's a KFC. So and this is the Dacia Duster. You know, James May's favorite car manufacturer. If you ever heard of the great news, the memes, you know, the running gag. And this is the overnight stay where we and this is over the overnight stay. This is the I think the their living room. You know, actually it's kind of a shared overnight stay. I think it's called a B&B. I think bedroom and breakfast it means. So yeah, this is we are definitely not the only group of people staying overnight in this place. So I've never tried it before. So yeah, this is where I slept. Yeah, this is the place. They call it the B&B. Generally means bed and breakfast, not something else. Hopefully. I mean, we have to go around a lot of the places around throughout pretty much throughout the UK. Pretty much. I mean, not all of them. Through Scotland and London at least. So we are definitely not staying overnight at the same place for more than one night or 2 nights. So a maximum of 1 or 2 nights. In London though, a maximum of 4. So yeah, the next day we've been to the Glenfiddich distillery. I think this is the brand that at least you've heard of. I mean, if you've been to any of the airports, you've seen the duty free alcohols. So, yeah, Glenfiddich, and and again, we haven't paid to take on a tour, so we just took some photos around the place, around the lake, ducks. You can hear quacking sounds. So yeah, and then more photos. Yeah, Glenfiddich, and actually haven't really tasted their wine, unfortunately. Haven't tasted their whiskey, actually, or I should say, haven't tasted their whiskey, unfortunately. So yeah, look at that. Some of them 15 years old, and this is actually the shop of that distillery. So yeah, you can buy whiskey over there, and then maybe some of the cups and sorceries and stuff. I don't know what Abbey Horn is, but it looks quite. It looks quite costly. I mean, this wine, for example, this particular wine, I think, yeah, it's a few thousand pounds. It is a few thousand pounds, and it is at least, I think, 30-40 years, 30-40 years of age. So yeah, that kind of explains. And then this is the price list. This is the price list. I don't know if some of you have seen it before. So the years old. I think it says I think it means years old. I mean 25, 600 pounds or something, 30, 3,000 pounds, 40, 7,500, and then 60. 6 figures. 6 figures. Oh my god. I'm never ever going to be able to afford that. How much is it in exchange, to Hong Kong dollars? 122,000 pounds. I never thought of that. So it's I actually can't see it. So it's it's actually 1.2 million Hong Kong dollars. 1.2 million Hong Kong dollars. Yeah. Yeah, blimey. Actually, you shouldn't be seeing this one. I will be I've already changed the password and stuff. So yeah. But whatever. Yeah, maybe I should change it right now. So just in case. So yeah, this is one of the McDonald's that we have been to, and yeah, the Big Mac, and I think this is the photo of the Loch Ness. I think this is pretty close enough for me. I mean, couldn't get any closer than that. And then I kind of forgot what, and then kind of forgot it. But this place. It says here is the Donnan Castle, Ilian Donnan Castle. I mean, I haven't been close over there enough. But yeah, it is a great scene nevertheless. I mean, just look at it. This is from the higher point of view. And then on the way to our overnight stay. So actually, our overnight stay that night, that evening, is called the Isle of Skye. So this is on the way. So this is just on the way, and yeah. And as you can imagine, sceneries like this kind of it relatively means there is pretty much no signal around. So I have to admit, some of the photos I've taken in Scotland, and most of the photos I've taken in Scotland is during the time where I could at least find some Wi-Fi, at least find some Wi-Fi. Even for my prepaid SIM card, because for my prepaid SIM card, most of the area around Scotland, they don't really have that strong of a signal. So so some of the photos aren't immediately uploaded to the social media. Hang on a minute, just give me some time. Okay, that's done. So my account wouldn't be stolen. Yeah, this is one of the streams. Highland Cliffs. I don't know. Probably taken from the idea of that. But there are definitely cows and sheep around these places of these high hills. So anyway, oh yeah, actually, I think I forgot to mention when I was wandering around the Primark store, I actually bought this T-shirt. At least I bought something from Primark. I mean, this T-shirt, as you can see, it is with the old PlayStation logo. I like it. I mean, it's classic. Who doesn't like it? I mean, your classic stuff. Who doesn't like it? So yeah, one of the very few things that I bought during this UK trip. So actually, the other stuff are just probably snacks as souvenirs for my workplace colleagues. Yeah, look at that. This is pretty much that's what's happened very often if you ever drive around if you ever drive around the roads of Scotland, especially around the Isle of Skye. So sheep's wandering on the roads. Sheep's just wandering on the roads like that. And then more sceneries. Yeah, this one's good. This one is good. You can pretty much use these photos as your monitor background. And then more sheep, and then more sheep. I think this is the lamb. I think this is the lamb. It's actually a much younger one. So hang on a minute. Where have I left off? Yeah, this one. So this is the lake. This is actually the lake that's next to my overnight stay. So my overnight stay is actually called the Old Inn. Yeah, and then this place. And as you would imagine, it's actually kind of surrounded by lots of wildlife. Particularly insects. So I'm kind of a guy who is slightly afraid of, is actually quite afraid of insects actually. All right, so I will have to freely admit, and as an urban man, I really can't stand insects. So my overnight stay is not swarm with insects, but there are bugs everywhere. There are still bugs around the place, so it's slightly comfortable personally, but I think I thought I can bear with it. So yeah, my My camera is a little bit intentionally a little bit blurry, but you know, there's only so much I can do about it. I mean, I don't really know what else I'm going to do with it. So yeah. Anyway, this is another sheep. I think actually this is a goat or whatever it is. I think this is still a sheep, but it has horns, so I think it's a goat. Yeah, this is the next day. I think it's somewhere around the Isle of Skye as well. You know, these cliffs, and this place. Of course, you can't pick up any signal. Don't be a fool. But it was beautiful, and you know, good weather, and you know, good weather. I mean, it is quite sunny, but it is good weather. It is comfortable weather nevertheless. So it wasn't exactly chilly. Let's just say it's definitely not chilly. I mean, it can get a little bit chilly if the weather is not good enough. It's not good enough. You know, when it started to drizzle, or even rain. Fortunately, it didn't rain so much during my time there, but yeah, it does drizzle from time to time. So this one of the place you know, I had lunch. This place we had lunch is an old stove. Had some, actually these are mussels, as you can see. Very, very nice scenery. Yeah. It's worth it. Definitely worth it. And I think this is made up of what's it called? Liver or something like that. I kind of forget what it's called. And then there's the soup. Yeah, this is a very big piece of fish. You know, this is a very big piece of fish. It's kind of like about that size, or maybe even bigger. But it's delicious. So this is the dog. I think it's the dog of this restaurant, or maybe a bar. Yeah, this is actually a bar. So you have so you can find pubs around the UK, of course. You know, from there to there. But we didn't drink a lot. So yeah. Anyway, introduce you. This is my sister. Probably shouldn't have done that. I think I would have to apologize to my sister if she ever finds out. Hopefully she wouldn't mind. I mean, yeah, this is outside the pub. Actually, you can eat outside the pub, but we didn't. I mean, we prefer to be snug around. So yeah, this is another place where you take photos of. We'll take even more photos of cliffs. Yeah, there's something else. And then yeah, actually kind of forgot what this place is called. You know, it's not the port. Actually, yeah, as I said, been out of range for quite some time today. I mean, but you just have to stick. But you know, it's just kind of the stuff you you just have to bear with it. I mean, with this kind of scenery, it's all worth it. And then this is something that that I also have to encounter a couple of times. So you know, going around these places where you want to find a public toilet or a public washroom, whatever it's called, a lavatory, you have to pay in order to use these lavatory, and the most annoying and the most irritating thing is that you have to pay by card. And you have to pay by card. So you know, Mastercard and Visa and stuff like that. It is quite irritating, but you know, you got no choice. if you're really that urgent, you don't really have much of a choice. I mean, unless you don't have credit card. Unless you don't have a credit card. So which for a grown man, that's something that's very unlikely. That's something very unlikely unless you unless you have a unless you have a bad control over spending stuff. Unless you have a paper attitude of spending stuff, you know. That's the kind of the word just came to my head. Yeah, this is the overnight stay that I spent that my family spent 2 nights. Me and my family. The place where you cook, and you know, that's the place where I look at the scenery. The balcony. I think they call it. I think they should call is it. I think they should call it a balcony, maybe. I don't know what this is. Okay, I don't know what this is. Yes, this is the bridge. The Slickchan bridge, I think it is. That's what it says on the Google map. That's what it says on the Google map. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, I've been on the bridge. Yeah, they're over there, and on the other side. And this is the car ferry. This is the car ferry. I think. Yeah, this is the Armadale Ferry Terminal. Yeah, this is as you can see, this is the rental car. That we use for the whole trip. So I think I bought a cup of hot tea and a muffin over that shop you can see. One of the funny things I have to mention on this car ferry is that it vibrates. Is that it vibrates, and every single time it vibrates, the car alarms will just set off, and it's actually quite noisy. And then the drivers will, and then the driver or the car owners will be like, "What the hell? Is this my car?" So yeah, they will have to manually shut off their. They have to remotely shut off their car alarms, and this is actually something that's quite funny that I didn't record. That I failed to record actually. So yeah, this is some more photos. Yeah, imagine the scene where all the car alarms set off, where all the car alarms set off, and it might be funny for some of them. It might be funny for some of them who's not driving these cars. But it is quite alarming. So and anyway, that was my first experience of a car ferry. I mean, you don't have these stuff. You definitely don't have this kind of stuff around Hong Kong. I mean, you only got one. I mean, we only got one ferry terminal, or maybe 2, or maybe 3. So yeah, more pictures, and then we've been to this footbridge. So the Harry Potter train. Yeah, and of course I did. Yeah, that was the bridge. I mean, I did took a I think I did took a video around here. Yeah. and then the dog barking in the background is actually just next to me. So that bit was quite annoying, but but yeah, it kind of lost control. So she kind of lost control. So yeah. You can hear it. You can hear that. And then yeah, pictures. Actually, during the film, yeah, these are the dogs that they were just actually next to me, and you know, the dog on the right, it's just constantly barking. It's just constantly barking. So yeah, I mean, a lot of the UK people have dogs. Yeah, they have dogs. I'm not sure if any of them. I mean, I'm not sure if actually a lot of them do have cats, but I don't think so. And they probably just kept them at home anyways. So really fun. So for those of you who are interested, these are actually not meatballs. They are fried mushrooms. Fried mushrooms. And I think this is a curry. And more sceneries. More green stuff. So yeah, whatever these kind of places you go around Scotland, there are gonna be lots of sheep and probably cows, and also cows, for some of them. So I didn't took any pictures of cows, because we you know, it's not that we couldn't find any, but they just not close enough for me to, you know, take a good picture of them. So yeah, the next place, there's actually a bird waiting for somebody to feed them with gingerbread. This is a place where they make and sell gingerbreads, of course. So I've tried them. I don't know how to say. I guess a lot of people actually, I guess some people who don't really like gingerbread. But then some actually like gingerbread very much. So I'm kinda the one that doesn't much like gingerbread. But you know, it doesn't taste awful. At least it doesn't taste awful. So yeah, this oh my god. So yeah, this is what the gingerbread looks like. And then I've been to the Keswick, I think it's called the Keswick, the pond, the lake, the Keswick lake. And this is a little girl feeding these ducks. And there's a lot of wind. Do you know that? And there's a lot of wind over there, over the harbor. And of course they're quacking around. I've never seen that many ducks in I've never seen so many ducks at the same time, let alone being close to them. So, you know, places like this is gonna be, you know, it's definitely gonna be a lot of what is it called? Duck poo. Duck dirt. Actually, I don't know why, but I did took quite a lot of pictures of ducks. Probably you don't probably because you don't really often you don't really often seen them, at least for places where I live. So you can't imagine what Hong Kong is actually like in real life. Yeah, Scotland. What a fantastic place. What a scenery. This is a duckling actually. I surprisingly found a duckling, so I took some pictures of it. And yeah. Interesting stuff. Actually, I kind of wished I have I bought a new phone before I head to the UK, but I was planning to save more money. Save more money, so I think I'll just delay that for maybe another month or so. Yeah, as you can see, even more ducks. Hundreds of ducks. And oh yeah, this is the poster. These are the posters, classic posters. At the another overnight stay, but this time it's actually in Liverpool. Okay, we are already heading to Liverpool. So yeah, this is again. So again, yeah. It's actually quite big. It's actually 2 stories high. The Wedgwood Estate. So this is the place. Actually, I don't kind of understand what this place is, but we did have an afternoon tea. An afternoon tea over here. We had lunch. Wedgwood original afternoon original tea, or it's just tea or whatever. Actually, I can't quite remember what this dish is. But I think it's bread with cheese and I think that's a fish. I don't know what it's called. I kind of forgot what it's called. So yeah. And then this is what the hell is this? Oh my god. Yeah, I think no, that's not it. So anyway, yeah. Scones and sandwiches and macarons, and so I think this is the yeah, lunch tea, as I just said. The Bicaster Village actually is a it's actually an outlet. So when you go to Japan, you definitely go into places. You can definitely go to the outlets and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Bicaster Village outlet. So this is so this is kind of what it looks like. I mean, I think this is what it looks like at night. A lot of the big brands, like here Dolce & Gabbana, Armani, what is it? Coach, and Burberry, and shoe brands. I think shoe brands. I kind of suddenly forgot what they are. So Nike and all that kind of stuff. So this is the double scoop that I had over there. I mean, probably the only picture that I ever taken now. So we went to another overnight stay, but by this time we actually kind of reached London already. So we actually reached London already. So basically for most of the nights, we just bought something from the supermarkets. Sainsbury's, Morrison's, and Lidl's. I think it's a LIDL or whatever it's called. Actually, I have no idea how to spell this. I'm sorry, but I just couldn't. And then, yeah. Anyway, you just buy something from the these groceries, and then we just cook ourselves for our dinner, something like that. Yeah, not bad, hey? Actually, something that I forgot to mention is that the Sainsbury, I think it is tomato, and I think it's tomato. Yeah, this soup actually is it is very. It's actually quite good. So I wouldn't say it's actually I wouldn't say it's very delicious, but you know it's pretty good. So it's quite nice. It says vegan on it. It says vegan on it. I'm not a vegan, but you know, I quite like it. So but I quite anyway. So yeah, the Greenwich. I mean, you heard the word Greenwich from time to time. So yeah. So yeah. And then there is the I think the longitude, the line of longitude, where you know hang on a minute. Yeah, this is the Greenwich one. Yeah, the line of the longitude. No, the left side is the east, and then the right side is the west. You know, this is one of the one of the places where you know, tourists would just come by, and take pictures. You know, pictures like you know, they stand on the middle with both feet on both sides, so that they are standing on both longitudes at the same time. I didn't do that. Probably it's a bit too embarrassing. So anyway, one thing I have to say about the Greenwich Observatory is that I have bought some stuff. I have bought some of the commemorative items. I think 2 of them actually. And yeah, so I haven't unpacked them just yet. So yeah, as you can see here, it says Royal Museum Greenwich, and then this is a cents bill of whatever it is. So this one is £10, I think, and then this one is, I think, 30 something. This one's 30 something pounds, much more expensive, and it's in a box. So this suddenly has become a live stream of unboxing stuff. It kind of happened. I think it happened before during my stream after the Japan trip. So. Couldn't see very clearly, do you? You know, this is I think. Yeah, you can actually see through it, but you know, I think another thing about that is that it's actually a compass. Below there, I think you can see it's actually a compass. So I think I kind of understand why it costs so much. It's 30 something pounds after, I think 25 or 30 something pounds. Do I still have the receipt? I probably don't. Whatever. So yeah, 20 or 30 pounds. Bottom top at least. Anyway, yeah. Both of these stuffs I bought from the souvenir shop. What's it called, by the way? I never know what the phrase is. Sorry, my English is actually quite poor. It's actually quite poor sometimes. Yes, cent an hourglass. They call it an hourglass. So but this definitely is not an hour. So I think we're just maybe we should start timing to see what time. So you know what time it would be. So yeah, you know. 3, 2, 1, go. Anyway, let's move on. Anyway, let's move on. And then, what the hell is this? So yeah, Cutty Sark. So I think we were still in Greenwich, and then this was the foot tunnel. Yeah, the foot tunnel. I mean, the Greenwich Market. We bought something, and we ate something over there. So yeah, we're actually on our way to London already. For those of you. For those of you who are wondering, I don't know why I took so many photos of this of this dog. Probably just found it interesting. And you see, I'm actually this kind of a guy who, you know, who like taking pictures of animals and pets. The Tower Bridge, of course, and you know. So it was, I think it was already the 13th of July by the time I reached London. I mean, I started this trip on the 6th of July, I think 6th or 7th. So I've spent I think about almost a week. I think yeah, almost a week around Scotland, and then I think 4 to 5 days. I think 4 to 5 days in London. In London, so yeah, City of London, and then this is the I think this is the what they call the authentic telephone booth. But then the next thing I found out is that there are, you know, telephone booths that have Wi-Fi. They are in black color, so yeah, you know, God wonders. Right, so next one we have more lunch. Actually, we have lunch. So hang on a minute. I think this is chicken breast and potatoes and tomato sauce. Tower of London, and actually for most of the parts that inside, you cannot really take any pictures. So you know, we just take photos of wherever it is outdoors. Of whatever it is outdoors, and probably some of the places where you can take pictures inside, but not much. Probably not much. The bell tower says. Actually, I'm not really that much interested in that. Hang on a minute. I think yeah, I think I have to do it again. I kind of forgot about it. So yeah, you know, this is kind of what you expect in London. I mean, so there actually, I think there was actually something that I bought from the souvenir stores and in the Tower of London. I think I bought this silver pin badge, you know, with the UK flag on it, and then actually a fridge magnet. It is quite beautiful. It has some you know, fake diamonds on it. And then this is the yeah, the fridge magnet, as you can see. So, you know, I think I have to find a place to. Maybe I can actually just you know, stick it on the arm of my on my microphone. I think I can just stick it over there for a little while before it falls off. Probably. So yeah. And then what else? Let me see. I actually during I forgot to mention when I was in the what is it Glenelech during the distillery during my stay at the distillery. So I also bought 2 pins. This place, Glenelachi. I keep forgetting about it. Glenelachi. So yeah. Anyway, it's kind of a messed up live stream. So just bear with it. I think I took quite too many photos over here already. So I think I'll just go. I think I'll just skip through some of the things. This is quite interesting because this is a place where this is the wreck. This is the place where the medieval people, they torture the prisoners. They torture the prisoners, and fortunately, it's not actually something that's disturbing to see. After all, they are just the tools. They don't even have the dummies. Historic royal places over here. The tower. This is the tower, as they say. There are a lot of these. Okay, so anyway, this hourglass is actually around 3 minutes. It's around 3 minutes, as it says over here. So yeah, you can see King Henry, Prince Henry. My name is Henry, by the way. So for those of you wondering, King James, and I think King George, King Charles. King Charles right now. God saves the king. Quite a lot of these armors and from the a lot of things from the medieval century. But one thing that I don't really understand is this one actually. Is this some Final Fantasy? What was it? Final Fantasy I think this is 16. I don't know what this. I don't know what it is. So it's a Final Fantasy. I think it's a crop or something. Yeah. So anyway, hang on a minute. I'm not getting a great sitting position. Yeah, as you can see, then there's this one, and then there is this one. Yeah, 16, XVI 16. Yeah, Final Fantasy 16. I never played it, so I don't know what it means. So I'm terribly sorry. I'm not a Final Fantasy guy. Yeah, this dragon is quite spectacular. A work of art, actually. It looks quite cool. And then there are some of these weapons. And then there's some of these weapons. Have a look at that. Cannons and the okay, this one is called the Royal Mint. Royal Mint is actually how they make these those coins back in those centuries. Rifles. Rifles is yeah. Lots of rifles. And I think there are even more. I think I've took even more pictures of those weapons from the early centuries. You know, as you can see, these cannons. And hang on a minute. The bronze cannon, and then whatever this cannon is, they're powerful weapons and can blast a hole through almost anything. Breastplate showing impact of cannonball. You wouldn't want to get hit by that. You wouldn't want to get hit by that, do you? This is the storehouse, as they say. Gosh. More weapons? Oh my goodness. I've never seen so many weapons I've never seen so many weapons at once in my life. And then the next place, this is I think this is the Martin's Tower. The Martin's Tower, and then this one is where we see the crown jewels. Obviously, no pictures allowed inside the crown jewels. I mean, inside the place where they place the crown jewels. So yeah. Okay. I mean, you see these soldiers. I mean, you see these soldiers around the castles, and you know, the Buckingham and the Buckinghamshire Palace. So, and then this one is the London bus, which unfortunately I haven't been on to because we have a rental car, so we don't really need to take on a bus to go anywhere else. Next time, probably. Next time I will try and find an opportunity to experience it, if I ever come back to London again. So we did take on the trains and the tubes. We did take on the trains and the tubes though. So simply just because we need to head back to our overnight stay. So I think this is already the next day. This day is relatively dreadful because it was actually raining the whole day. Yeah, the double decker, but yeah, double decker. You know, this is one thing that's actually relatively similar. I mean, when it comes to Hong Kong and the UK, is that they do have that, and London is that they do have the double decker bus around. Of course, in cities like that. So hang on a second. Damn it, my seat. Yeah, is that you do take on a double decker bus around places, and the bus models were relatively actually pretty much the same, apart from this one. Obviously, you don't have these in Hong Kong. You don't have this particular model in Hong Kong. Actually, for those of you who have seen have watched the, hang on a second. And actually, for those of you who have watched the Top Gear, I think let me remember, Top Gear season 20, London bus. Yes, this is where this is the bus that James May introduced. That he drove around the track, and then he made quite a big make a big fuss in the town. It's called the Route Master. I kind of forgot what. forgot what the hell this is called. So yeah, I mean it's something else. Anyway, back to the Diddley Squad farm shop. This is where this is the farm that Jeremy is currently at. You know, and this is the farm shop. Unfortunately, I didn't really have the time to you know line up to queue up to get into the shop and probably buy something. But what I did was hang on a minute. Damn it. But what I did was, and it, also because as I said, it was rain. It's actually raining not heavily, but it's raining quite badly enough that you know you saw these muddy puddles, and there was actually quite a lot of mud around the queue. So yeah, it was quite dreadful for my shoes. You can see, God. You can see, oh my god. And then outside the shed, the only thing I did was you know leave a signature. It's actually not much of a signature, rather than just a mark that I have been to the Diddley Squad farm shop on the 14th of June, year 2023. I mean, there you go. So this is outside of the shop. At least I took a photo outside the shop, so you know, that's not so bad, I suppose. And then yeah, the reason why I don't have much time for queuing is because you know between my overnight stay and the farm shop is about a couple of hours of drive, so you can imagine the time it took to go from the farm shop and then to the Silverstone racetrack. Actually, the Silverstone Museum, because this is what I've been greatly looking forward to. I mean, if the day is still dreadful, it's still raining quite terribly. So yeah. One thing I have to mention about this museum is that I think there is a what is called a heritage trail tour. So you know they will take you to the around the bridge corner. I think they will take you around the bridge corner on the racetrack. But unfortunately, because you know this is only like what a few days. I think this is a few days after the British Grand Prix. So you know probably because of that, or maybe because there is are some other events going. There were some other events going on at that week. So the Heritage Trail wasn't open to the public. I can show you what is it. Yeah. Museum Heritage Trail. Yeah. As you can see over there, walk the Heritage Track Trail, as you can see over there. And I assume it would have been such a nice experience, but yeah, I assume it would have been a great experience, but you know, unfortunately, we or maybe just you know learn about the bridge corner, you know, and something like that. So yeah, unfortunately, this event didn't open during the time that I was there. So I have to go around other places of the museum instead. You know, this is the the fire suit of Lando Norris, and then this is the fire suit of Lewis Hamilton. You know, you know this museum of course speaks a lot about you know Lewis Hamilton. And then yeah, this was the entrance of the museum. Can show what it's like. You know, this video takes about a few minutes. think I'll just show it to you guys, kind of what it's like. I think this is the machine from year 2017, because that's the last year of Formula One that they didn't have, that they still didn't have the halo that was introduced, that was formally introduced in 2018. I think I'll just shut off the camera for a short while. So yeah, it was it was like that, and then yeah, the rest is just the what the inside of the museum looks like. I mean, of course, you can take lots and lots of pictures, lots and lots of pictures around, except maybe the maybe a particular part of the museum. I think it's the Ultimate Lab, where they show you a video of some of the of a of a simulated experience around the track. So apart from that, which is just a room, which is just a small room, the rest of the place you can actually take tons of photos. So this is what the track layout looks like today. They call it the Hamilton Straight. They call it the Hamilton Straight. And then the Abbey, Farm Curve, Village, the Loop, Aintree, Wellington Straight, Brooklyn, Sloughill, Woodcut, National Pit Straight, Corps, Maggots, Beckett's, Chapel, Hang Straight, Stowe, Vale, Club Corner. Wow. Mike Hawthorne, 1958. So that was quite a quote. And then I think this is Mark Webber. Yeah, the picture is not that very clear, but I can barely see. Yeah, it is definitely Mark Webber. Okay. Yeah, don't remind me of 2017. I mean, for those of you who are a Tifosi or maybe a Vettel fan like me, you definitely wouldn't want to remember 2018. Okay, right? You know what happened in 2018? No, I wouldn't do that. Yes, I would. God. Yeah, this is where it started, and then it went on to Malaysia, and then Japan. You know, just 3 races, and then all and everything just collapsed. Yeah, let's not. Yeah, let's just Anyway, sorry that I have to bring it up. You know. I kind of want to remember that as well. Yeah. Auto yeah, Auto streams on my screen, but I'm not clicking on it, so yeah, there are many clubs in the world. David Coulthard. David Coulthard. And what was it? So that quote was from 2007, apparently. Daniel Ricciardo, 2015. You guys know Daniel Ricciardo is coming back to racing again in Formula One, because Nick de Vries was was replaced after just 10 races. That is actually quite that's actually quite mean and dreadful. I mean, he's driving the slowest car. He's actually driving the slowest car on the track, and he have literally no time to prove himself. Just because he couldn't have time to prove himself that he is immediately available. I think that's what that's why AlphaTauri signed him in the first place. So yeah, lots and lots of the stuff around that happened. Unfortunately for Nick de Vries. So happy for Rick happy for Danny Rick. So let's just see what he can do. So anyway, back to this one, and yeah, being a Vettel fan hurts. I'm a Vettel fan as well. I will, yeah, that will be on later. So yeah, Silverstone, before it is a before it's a racetrack. It's an airfield. It's still an airfield. I mean, it is purposely an airfield, for the World War and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I think the gears are simply for the Formula One cars. They are definitely not for the GT cars. Back pits corner. Yeah, the chapel. Is that actually, I have no idea. I mean, I hadn't took a clearer picture, but I think that was the first. I think that is either the first few years of the hybrid era. So this. I really have no idea which year this is. This Williams. This Williams. I really have no. I really couldn't remember. I think it was 2006, either 2016 or 17. I couldn't really see the width of the car very clearly. I mean, yeah, these are some of the cars from the very very early years. I think actually you can get. I think you can actually get on it, but I didn't do that. So the era E-Type, and then this the Cooper Mark II. Oh my god. Silverstone 1940s. Can you imagine that? 1948 Grand Prix. So yeah, this is where it started, isn't it? Average speed 76 miles an hour, 60 laps driven, 25 drivers, 6. Oh my god. Lots of stats around. Lots of stats on this wall. Damn it. I can't quite see clearly the names on the wall. Did I took another? Yeah, yes I did. Okay, so the the drivers. Let me see. I don't recognize any of them, apart from Alberto Ascari, Alberto Ascari. So the 1948 Grand Prix, yeah. Ooh. Organizing Silverstone's first Grand Prix. Last international Grand Prix held at Brooklands in 1927. Ooh. Jimmy Brown. Stickers. Lots and lots of stickers. The John Player Grand Prix. This is kind of the John Player paint scheme. I mean, you very often see in in Gran Turismo game these days, and lots of recreated paint schemes for other cars, maybe even GT cars, whatever it is. Oh yeah, this one is definitely I think 2018. Another year for for the Vettel fans to remember. Oh my god. Probably shouldn't have brought it up again. The Nomax, yeah. The type of type of material around around the fire suit. This is the yeah, this is the farsuit of one of very few Indian Formula One drivers, Narain Kafkayan. He's the first Indian Formula One driver actually. So back in 2005, Jordan Grand Prix, Jordan Grand Prix. That's that's their final year actually, formally. So yeah, this is actually the room about the parts and components of the Formula One cars, and maybe some of them are for the other cars as well. So this part mainly Formula One, right? The monocoque chassis, and yeah. Sebastian Vettel. The nose cone. This is the Marlboro, so it definitely is from either Michael Schumacher. So yeah, this is definitely from no, not from Michael Schumacher. This is definitely from Rubens Barrichello, the number two, definitely from Rubens Barrichello. So and then this I think this is Mark Webber, definitely. I think this is Mark Webber maybe, because this is the Jaguar. This is the Jaguar paint scheme. I think it's just from the Crash 2003 Brazilian Grand Prix, if I remember correctly. I hope so. I don't know what this is. I think this is the... Hang on a minute. The Renault. I think this is a Renault, but I don't know which year it is. But yeah, they are keeping the wheels on. I mean, those of you who are a Raikkonen fan would definitely remember what happened in 2005. What happened in 2005? Raikkonen 2005. The suspension failure. Yeah, probably not show this to you. Show not those to you. No, just forget about it. Just forget about all these terrible stuff. And then yeah, double braking system, getting away. Roll hoop. Yeah, roll hoop has been this stuff has been around for many years. So last year, the incident on the opening laps of the British Grand Prix, Guang Yu Zhou rolled over, and the roll hoop just cracked. it just cracked. So yeah, I mean, you've heard around that says this the roll hoop this year and the year after this has to be stronger. It has to be stronger. They have to do they have to be even more safe. And then this is the Halo. I mean, this from year 2018, made compulsory from 2018. It's actually being the idea actually kind of started way before that. So the incident of the Zhou Bianchi. The incident of the Zhou Bianchi really kind of accelerated, the Halo to be happening, and especially after 2020, Romain Grosjean went through the steel barrier at the Bahrain Grand Prix. That even that kind of solidified the statement that the Halo must exist. Actually, quite many times beforehand. So race data telemetry. Milestones. Yeah. Aha. This is the front wing of I think, yeah, 2014. I was about to say that. Yeah, 2014 Mercedes. And then this is another Mercedes rear wing, but this is from 2015. Oops. And then this is the engine cover from a from a Red Bull, obviously, because it says Renault on it. So it's definitely from a Red Bull. It's not from Toro Rosso. It's definitely from Red Bull. There really is a lot to talk about, the Silverstone Museum. So it is going to take some time. This is the famous Cosworth DFE. I mean, this is famously known for during the 70s and the 80s, a lot of teams and drivers used this engine to take world championships, to win world championships, and it played an important part in the Formula One history. So kudos to them, And these, and I took a picture of the most useless tire of modern F1. Those of you who know what I'm talking about, just watch year 2000. Just watch last year's races. The weather races, and you know what I mean. So these are the states of these tires. Blistering and graining is kind of the phrases that you hear on the commentaries. Then you hear from the commentaries from time to time. Engines, and then press the button. What happens? Because the valves. Pull rod, push rod, suspension. Stuck in fifth. So this is what it's about. 1994. All right. The brake milestones. yeah, the brakes. Now, yeah, so that was my foot on the family car brake pedal. So, you know, as you can see, 100% braking. And then I tried as hard as I could, and I could barely get to, you know, 30 or even 40%, 40% of the brake. So, yeah, you know, that is quite heavy. I couldn't understand. Took so much pictures, and you know the materials used on the car, and more fast suits. This is from this year's, you know, Oscar Piastri, this year's McLaren driver, and also Lando Norris. You know, these two, you know, if you've watched if they watched the British Grand Prix a couple of weeks ago, they have excelled brilliantly. And then this suit, the Haas, the Haas one, I don't know who's that is. I think it's either, you know, it's either gonna be Hulkenberg or Magnussen. So SMB, more tires. This is the main part. You know, from left to right. You know, this is Damon. So you know, this is Damon Hill's. So you know, this is Damon Hill's. I think this is Damon Hill's. Yeah, Damon Hill's Formula One car. Did I take a close picture of it? Actually, I can't quite remember. Maybe not from Damon Hill. But it has the number 0 on it. So yeah, this is the Williams. So Brown GP, and then yeah, this is definitely Ricardo's Red Bull car. So and then the Jordan Grand, and then this is the Jordan Grand Prix car. You know, the one that Michael Schumacher famously drove. Not just Michael Schumacher, you know, Alex Nardi, and then Andrea Cesaris. So next photo, yeah, you know, the straight up photos of it. Cooper Bristol. So let's have a look at that. And then yeah, Formula One is the pinnacle of motorsports. The Jordan 191, yeah. It looks really nice actually, isn't it? You know, the 7-Up livery. Imagine if they still, you know, sponsor Formula One teams these days. No, there's you know, more history about the Silverstone, and then these are relatively you know, relatively modern engines. You know, 3 liter V10s, and then 2.4 liter V8s, and then you know, 1.6 liter turbocharged V6 hybrid up to 2026 actually, you know. So we still don't have a clear idea of what the engine after 2026 is going to be like, but you know, recent rumors says that you know, the latest more details for the 2026 Formula One cars, they will have 6 gears instead of 8. You know, this tweet, it says the car will have to use 30 kg of fuel only to generate electric power, and the wheelbase will be shortened by 30 cm. Yeah. So whether or not this source is strictly true, it's up to you. What happened to bring the V10s back with biofuel? Domicile just said. Domicile just said that. No, it's not gonna happen. It would never gonna happen. No, none of these, none of these. It's just our fantasies. All right, none of this is ever gonna happen. Yeah, this is the backside of these cars. Amazing, isn't it? So yeah, this is definitely from year 1994. Okay. And then yeah, Lewis Hamilton on the right, and this one, yeah, Jamie Chadwick. You know, there are buzzes. You know, there are those hype saying that she should be in Formula One because she has been doing well in the W series before it eventually died out. But then it's all the hype just really. She will. You can be very confident that she will never ever make it to Formula One. I mean, it's kind of cynical. It's kind of pessimistic to say things like that, but that's kind of the reality of this. All right. Hello, this is me. This is me in front of these Formula One cars. To be totally fair, I wasn't much of a Formula One fan, and even up to till today, I am not that much bigger of a Formula One fan than NASCAR. I'm still more of a NASCAR fan than Formula One. But then again, after getting the hang of it, about what Formula One actually is, watching these races, it's actually not so bad, isn't it? I mean, at least you have something to talk about with your mates. Yeah, this is the Nigel Mansell's winning Formula One car. Nigel Mansell. And then hang on a minute, this is the fire suit of the Mercedes team, and then yeah, from a different angle. And then this is the McLaren, the Marlboro. Hey, konnichiwa. And this is the Ferrari. I think this is from the 1990. Yeah, it's around the time. I think it's the time when Alain Prost switched over from McLaren to Ferrari. So yeah. Hang on a minute. I need some more water. A second, I need some more water. So yeah, these are this is the picture of both these cars. Legendary cars. More fire suits. Yeah, I think this is for Martin Brundles. Yeah, Martin Brundle's fire suit. I think this was I can't quite remember which team he actually drove for, but I think it looks like it is a Benetton. It says on this fire suit itself. Sorry, I'm a little bit hazy on the the Formula One history. So yeah, let's have a look back at the the support lines of the 90s car, and yeah, they are so appealing. Yeah, they're definitely appealing. This is for I think for the older fans, or maybe even for some of the fans at around my age. This is what a Formula One car should look like. This is the perfect size. It's not such something as enormous as what it is in the modern era. Karun Chandok. It's kind of a meme It's a kind of a meme in the meme culture in the Formula One community. So yeah, this is the taxi ride. This is the taxi ride. You know, you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do that in Formula One these days. You know, because the officials deem that it's too dangerous. You know, the last Formula One taxi ride scenes that happened in Malaysia, actually. Yeah, it happened in Malaysia 2017. Yeah, once again, let's forget about 2017. All right, let's forget about that. And yeah, Mark Webber. The Tyrrell. The Tyrrell 003 that Jackie Stewart won. Hello guys, hello. makes you wonder why, you know, Tyrrell never won another world championship. You kind of wish they do. You kind of wish they do sometimes, but you know, Ken Tyrrell have a knack, you know, they do have a knack for, he do have a knack for spotting talents. So it was also, you know, and it's because of Ricardo Rosset and you know, signing Ricardo Rosset that made, I think it's made Ken Tyrrell leave the team. And that's what become the, I think, the, what is it, BAR team. Yeah, BAR. And then BAR became Honda, and then it became Braun, which eventually became Mercedes. Yeah. Colin Chapman, hey. David Coulthard's Formula One car. David Coulthard's McLaren machine. Hang on a second. So anyway, let's just move on. I mean, I'm not in the best of status, anyways. They do. I don't remember correctly if they actually do bear their drivers' names on the wing, on the back of the wing. But wow. I have no idea what this is. Renault. It's a Renault Formula One car, I think. No, it's not. It's not Formula One. Renault. It says Renault 873, isn't it? Let's have a quick search. (873) open wheel Formula 3 car. Yeah. kind of guessed it. I mean, and then this it says Rover for Tess. It's a pretty looking car, isn't it? And then more protective gears. Well, when I say protective, they are only racing gears. Yeah, but they are kind of protective in those years, so they're kind of somewhat protective in those years of racing. The future of motorsports. The future. Damn it. So. Yeah, there are even more of these classic classic cars. The one at the back is another era, I think. Ford Lotus Cortina is another classic, another piece of classic. So yeah, R8C. Yeah, the blue car at the back is called the era RAC. At least that's what I think. It's from the pre-war era, at least. I think that was from the pre-war era. Yeah, the pre-war era at least. And hang on a minute. Let's just pick up the things. The 5 of 65. You know what that is? Jim Clark, Graham Hill, John Surtees, Mike Spence, and Jackie Stewart. John Surtees and Lotus and the Cosworth DFE. Yeah, I've said it earlier, didn't I? You know, the Cosworth DFE. It is one of the greatest inventions. Played a major part in the early years of Formula One. Jackie Stewart. And for me, sadly, I haven't won a Silverstone. Sorry about that. Yeah, poor Jackie. But you know, at least, but you know, Jackie Stewart, he is a multiple world champion after all, and he played an important part to the safety of racing in the later years. So Tony Brooks, not Sir Tony Brooks, not Sir Tony Brooks. Silverstone's racing year. Haha. Yeah. 1950s, 60s. Yeah, these are the cars that these are what the cars from the 1970s looks like, you know, do they? And then there's the 1980s, 1990s. GT sports car, touring car, single-seater car, prototype sports car, racing motorcycles. Yeah, 1990s, and then the 2000s, 2010s. Yeah, I think the 1980s. This is what the older people say. This is the golden era of the motorsports. You know, GT cars, touring cars, rally cars, Formula One, and prototype sports car, or I should say Le Mans. The paddock. Yeah, so many stuff to look at, you know, in this live stream. It's been 2 hours already. You know, I think this museum itself took at least an hour, I think. And yeah, Dick Johnson. Race strategy. Race strategy. Something that I do hope Ferrari could finally get Ferrari. Last year they really screwed up. All right, they really screwed up. Strategy? What strategy? So yeah, this is Force India. The Force India that later on become Racing Point, and then later on become the Aston Martin Formula One team, which I am supporting now. By the way, you see that? See that? I'll talk about that later on, and yeah, more of these stuff. Here we go. I'm physically doing as fast as I could, but the best I can do is only like 7 seconds dead. So yeah, we probably need one more people to do it for you. Murray Walker, OBE. The famous. He really deserves the to be called the voice of Formula One. Even for someone from my generation, I was born in '99. I really like the commentary of Murray Walker. Yeah, the commentary box. Should take a better picture of them. James Hunt, yeah, he's also one of the famous commentators, for being really blunt, for the things he say. And then in the modern era, we have Martin Brundle and the David Croft for the Sky Sports. Yeah, medical center. All right. Yeah, you see these buttons on the on the desk on the desk up front, and the shot of my finger again. I'm terribly sorry. Bless his soul. Yes, bless his soul. Murray Walker. My God. Yeah, yeah. Those of you who know 2001, I think, probably was the last year that he officially was supposed to be his last year of commentating F1. And then I think in 2007, I mean, he famously came back to commentate on the Nürburgring or the Nürburgring race, where on that particular race that the that the Spiker Formula One team driven by one of the drivers, Marcus Winkelhock, made history. So Marcus Winkelhock's F1, he drove the Spiker team and led for the first few laps. For the first few laps in the Spiker team in his only appearance in Formula One. So afterwards he never raced in Formula One like that. Professor Sid Watkins. Professor Sid Watkins, he's also one of the famous icons in Formula One. And then who the hell is this? Circuit evolution and safety, the surface and the edge. These sausage curbs must be removed at certain points. Okay, sausage curbs must be removed. My opinion, at least. Marshalls. And yeah, race control, sometimes they do their work, sometimes they don't. And then we head to the gift shop. You know, this is the this is the Lewis Hamilton's Mercedes Formula One car hanging in the air. And unfortunately, I didn't prepare a lot of money. I didn't prepare a lot of money for for this trip, so I didn't manage to buy a lot of the commemorative items here and there, and especially in the museum where I only bought 2 items. One of them is a painting. One of them is a painting from one of these. So let's have a look at what we have. This one. This year, Fernando Alonso. This is This is year 21. George Russell, famously known for qualifying on the front row at Spa. This is the F175, I think. Yeah, the fastest car on the grid that didn't win went on to win the championship. Yeah, this is the taxi ride, as I said. Max Verstappen, and this is the Lando Norris, Michael Schumacher, and this year's Mercedes Formula One. It does look good. It does look good. The Braun GP, Sergio Perez, and then Ayrton Senna, and then another McLaren, and then this is there's no other words, isn't it? Valentino Rossi. And this is another picture that you can buy. All right, you can actually buy these paintings, or I should say these posters. It's actually posters. So 1998 Belgian Grand Prix. The Jordan F1 team got a 1-2. Hang on a minute. I'm terribly sorry about that. Yeah, so you can buy these posters for like what for like this one 30 something pounds. Generally they actually cost quite a lot more than that. Some of them are if you are for the size of the Sebastian Vettel paint over there, I think it's like 49.99. And then if you want a more expensive version, then 100 or then 100 or even 200 pounds or something like that. So they actually quite vary depending on the rarity, depending on how rare it is. They have signatures on the on the cylinder, and they actually have a signature on here, and maybe even on the posters as well, by the artists, not by the drivers. All right, otherwise it would have cost a lot more than that. And this is what it looks like on the outdoors at Silverstone. 8 something, from the cafe. 8 something, yeah. Had a coffee, and this is the model. 2020 Turkish GP when Lewis Hamilton won the 7th World Championship. Actually, I didn't quite like the looks of it. 21 looks better. I mean, I think 21 looks better than 2020. So, and at least that one won the constructors title. So okay, and more of these commemorative photos. The underside of that. So yeah. Anyway, after going to the Diddley Squad's farm shop, dirt's all over the trousers. So yeah, I'm wearing dirty trousers into the museum, and I didn't even notice myself. So anyway, I haven't unboxed this. I haven't unboxed the poster that I bought, which is of course the Sebastian Vettel the Formula Sebastian Vettel's final year in Formula One, year 2022. A moment to share. So yeah, this, as you can see, there is a signature of the artist. 1000. I think it's the 49th. I think it either means the 49th picture, 49th one of the limited of the 1000 1000 of, yeah, I think it's limited to 1000 pieces of it, of this paint, of this poster, of this art. So the next thing I'll have to do right now is to find a frame to to put this poster, which I don't think is an easy task. The only difficult part is that where the hell am I gonna hang it in my room? Because I do have quite a lot of a lot of the tapestries, the N9 tapestries around my room already, and I really need to find a place to to really to hang up this painting. It looks good, all right. It does look good, all right. And I'm an Aston Martin fan. I'm more of an Aston Martin fan, I should say. After all, I like watching Formula One, but I'm not really such a fanatic fan about it. I just prefer this team and this driver and such. So apart from this, and I bought another commemorative item, which is this hat. Yeah. And now I've become a Fernando Alonso fan. Yeah, actually, I do quite like Alonso. I mean, he's performing well this year so far. He's been on the podium for multiple times this year, and yeah, he is one of the great drivers. He is driving for Aston Martin. Why not? People around who don't understand, who think, why is this idiot wearing this wearing this green and black caps? Why would you wear a green hat? Why would you wear a green hat? But who cares? Who freaking cares? And none of the people in Hong Kong probably would know what Kimoa is, unless they are a Formula One fan. So, yeah, I got a new gear. Got another new gear. I think. Well, how much does this cost? I think it costs £40. Yeah, this cap cost £40, and then this poster £49.99. Okay, I wish I initially wanted to buy a Aston Martin T-shirt, but because by the time I visited the Silverstone, it's only like within a week after the British Grand Prix, so it's around the time many people have bought all of the T-shirts, aside from the sizes of small and extra large. Other of these sizes, the T-shirts, the commemorative T-shirts, they have bought all of them. Yeah, especially for those one of the teams, the Aston Martin, the Mercedes, the McLaren, something like that. So yeah, I mean, this trousers was already pretty much destroyed, so I just ditched it in the UK. This pair of trousers is ruined. And yeah, the next morning, actually, I think around 4 4 o'clock. I think around 4 o'clock in the morning. We woke up early and went to the Billingates market. So the wet market. It's kind of like those kind of a wet market that when you go to Japan, you always find an opportunity to go to the wet market, right? So it's something like that. Only this time is in the UK, and this time we go to the Billing Gates, and unfortunately, no pictures allowed inside. No pictures allowed inside the wet market. That. That something that I don't quite understand about, but that's the rule, so I just have to follow. So I probably just better to follow it. Yeah, children are not permitted in the market hall. So no pictures. So no pictures in it, but we did bought something for that night's dinner. Some crabs and lobsters and mussels. Yeah, just something like that. The Blackwall Tunnel, yeah. This Blackwall Tunnel, I think I did mention in my tweets that that I said this tunnel it has some tight R spans and chicanes. Yeah, well, at least it was interesting. So this is the middle of Oxford. So this is somewhere in Oxford. The charging stations. A complimentary shoe shine machine. we don't have something like that in Hong Kong. Seriously, or maybe there is, or I don't know. But. But you don't see one around Hong Kong. So yeah, this is the telephone booth with Wi-Fi here. This is the place where actually I can't quite remember what it's called, but I think hang on a minute. What the hell is it called? I really don't quite remember. So hang on a second. Slim Chickens. Slim Chickens. I never been to Slim Chickens before, and they do taste alright. They do taste good. Slim Chickens UK. Yeah, Slim Chickens UK. That's that after all. And then and nearby there is the Selfridges, the DMC DeLorean at Selfridges. I think it's actually a place where you shop. And then we went to more landmarks in London, and then we went to more landmarks in London. So yeah, the London Bridge station, and the London Bridge. This is what London looks like, isn't it? this bike, when this came across, this bike, everyone just, every passerby just looked at it. As you see this girl, look at it, and those people on the bike were singing. So yeah, that was fun. That looked fun. So yeah. And then more pictures. Tower Bridge. Another picture of Tower Bridge again. Yeah, this is the Oyster card. The first time I used Oyster card. Yeah, Transport for London. And it's kind of the equivalent of the Octopus card in Hong Kong. So and Octopus card, as you can see around here. Yeah, Octopus card. it's basically the same function, all right, and it's also around it. It's also pretty much like the Suica card in Japan. So it's the Suica card. Although I do have to mention that in Japan you don't just use the Suica cards. You don't just use the Suica cards for transport. So well, yeah, the Pasmo or Suica card and whatever that is. Actually, the Big Ben, the Big Ben. And then this the St. Margaret's Church. And then St. Margaret's Church, and then off to Buckingham Palace, or I should say, Buckingham Palace. And then next to the Buckingham Palace, there is the Green Park, and then afterwards, it's actually the second to last day already. So second to last day in the UK already. So yeah, we took the final pictures of the overnight stay. Again, it's 3 stories high. Again. Hang on a minute. Yeah, I do took quite a lot of pictures. I think it's several hundreds. I think at least it's a few hundreds of pictures. Along the strip. And yeah, the pond next to us. And then just before we left, we went to the Windsor Castle. Of course. Of course, the Windsor Castle. And yeah, and then inside the Windsor Castle, of course, there are no photography allowed. And then yeah, I think that's pretty much it. The pictures that you can be allowed to take pictures on the outside. And then we went for lunch, and then we left the UK. So the final meal before leaving UK. So that was like 12 weeks time, and then it's just over. So yeah, it kind of goes like that. So yeah, it's kind of like that. In the UK, there are in the UK you'll be able to see those cars that you don't often see in Hong Kong as well. The VW Up. This is the there are quite a number of VW Up exclamation marks around UK, and this is the GTI version apparently. Looks quite funky. And then pictures of this picture, the Toyota Aygo, the older generation, newer generation. And yeah, I think more pictures taken. I think a couple more pictures taken that from my other phone actually. So that's why they are on the bottom of this file. Let's ignore this one. And the picture of Domino's pizza. Yeah, we had Domino's for dinner in one of the nights, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, it is genuinely a great experience, and going to the UK, visiting places, mostly sceneries, in the Scotland. So of course, it's most of the sceneries in Scotland. Places where you can barely receive any signal for you to upload photos immediately to the social media. But that's not important. but that's not important. So yeah, took quite a lot of pictures and been to places. Yeah, just been around places. Didn't buy a lot of stuff because that's not our main intent. And yeah, at least I can tell people that I've been to UK, that I've been to UK before. So it's not so bad. I mean, and I've also been to this place that I'm mostly looking forward to. That I've been most looking forward to, the Silverstone. Next time, probably maybe head to other racetracks, like the Brands Hatch, and maybe Donington Park. So yeah. So yeah, that's I think this is actually getting quite late right now. I think I should almost end the stream, but maybe talk a little bit more about this trip before we eventually end. So let me think about it. Yeah, about the long distance flight. The long distance flight. So I took a Cathay Pacific flight from the London from Heathrow back to Hong Kong. So it was about 10 or something hours. Yeah, and then I do have a good time. I really do have a good time. Because it has been more than 20. I think it has been at least about 20 years. I can't be certain that it's more than 20, but I think it's about 20 years that I've been to places apart from, that's the place that have been to places outside Asia. So outside Asia, which means apart from excluding the Taiwan and Japan. I don't think I've ever been to South Korea, South Korea. So maybe I don't know if I ever wanted to go to South Korea, but I can consider about it. And Singapore, Malaysia, actually quite a lot of places in Asia that I haven't been to. So partly it's just because I wasn't interested in that. So yeah. Next time, yeah, I did mention that next time in Lucas's live stream, that if I maybe I would find an opportunity to visit Deutschland. if I ever visited Deutschland, I would just give a heads up to RV, to my mentor. So probably maybe I've never met any of my Ridge Racer 7 online friends during any of my trips. Maybe I find an opportunity to do that sometime in the near future. So yeah, this is it could have been fun. So yeah, been to places, took a lot of great pictures. Took a lot of great pictures, mostly sceneries, of course. Yeah, for almost 2 weeks, my Twitter posts are all pictures, that I was in UK. I didn't post all of them because especially when you have to consider that Twitter doesn't allow you to post more than four photos, to tweet more photos at the same time. So that was the best I could do. Hello, what is this? Yeah. Yeah, not bad, all things considered. Nice golf racing livery. Anyway, yeah, I think that's pretty much about it. It's getting late, so the next time I live stream probably will be another 4 to 5 days later, because in the upcoming few days I'm working night shift, so I probably won't be online in Ridge Racer 7 as well. So just a little heads up for some of you guys. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say. And hopefully I will be able to find some day to record some races and do some Ridge Racer 7 videos afterwards. And yeah, just keep up my monthly commission and stuff like that. And yeah, I will deal with the commemorative items later. So I have to tidy up the place. And anyway, thank for those of you who have joined my live stream. Not a great many of you, but those of you who those of you who mattered, thanks all of you. You are the best. So thank you for watching. Yeah, I think I'll see you a few days later. So yeah, take care. Good night.